What is up, everybody? I hope you're all doing well. Today we are checking out the LsL Instruments Lucid OD. This is basically an homage to the Klon pedal. To me, it doesn't sound exactly like it. I think it's kind of got its own thing going on, but it's certainly a tip of the hat to that obviously very popular circuit. You know, the Klon's been used in so many different ways, from what would be considered a transparent overdrive all the way to maybe higher gain, you know, like gritty but smooth mid kind of solo sounds. It certainly covers a lot of that ground, but as I said before, it has kind of its own thing going too. So let's get into what's on top of the pedal. It's pretty straight ahead. You have a volume control, a gain control, and a tone control. Now, the tone control on this is the opposite of what you would think. So as you roll it to the right or clockwise, it's actually going to get darker. And as you roll it to the left, it's going to get brighter. It's a nice sounding circuit. We'll definitely cover that in the demo. This pedal has just a really good kind of weight to it. It just feels like, yeah, it's just built like a tank. It's slightly smaller than the average pedal. It's not what I would consider like a mini, but it'll definitely fit nicely on your pedal board. So yeah, without further ado, let's check out the LsL Instruments Lucid OD. All right then, let's get into some sounds. Here is just the guitar into the amp. Got it dialed really clean. We're going to have the Lucid OD do all the work. Okay, cool. Just kind of noodling around. Pretty dynamic pedal. It definitely has that kind of Klon thing. There seems to be a little bit more, I don't know if I want to call it complexity. There's something going on there that isn't what I would consider just solely like a Klon. I've had quite a few Klons back in the day, and this certainly is an homage to that, but I wouldn't consider it necessarily an exact clone. As an kind of always on pedal, it definitely does that well. I mean, that word transparent, it kind of gets thrown around a lot. But yeah, if you did just want to If you did want to use it as kind of your always on and maybe, you know, push the amp a little bit more. It definitely works for that. You've got plenty of, obviously, volume from unity and below all the way up to really pushing the amp quite a bit harder. So with the gain down, I'll go ahead and shut the gain all the way off, and we'll dime the volume. So just as a push box, and what I mean by push box is something that's just really pushing the front end of an amp, or maybe you're using it to overdrive something else on the other side of it. That's what I mean by that. There's plenty of volume on tap. Let's just look at the gain range. Like right now it's off. Right there is when I start hearing that kind of bark. But you can hear there's quite a bit of range as far as gain. It's obviously not a high gain pedal, but you've got a pretty broad range there, right? For me, you know, as you know, someone uses a clon or has been known to use a clon, I like to leave it set about right there. But if you do want the gain hotter, you can run it higher. So that's obviously to each his own, but there's plenty of range there, so that gives you an idea of what's going on there. One thing I will show you is, just so you can hear, with it all the way up. It'll clean up, and then you roll it back up. Okay, cool. That's the gain. Last but not least, let's look at the this tone control. Now, this tone control dials the opposite way from what you would expect. So as you turn it clockwise, it's going to get darker. Counterclockwise, brighter. So I'll go ahead and let's just turn it all the way to the left, which is going to be the brightest. So I can go from, I think, all the way up. It's got some sting to it, and I think it's actually cool, especially if you were going to back the gain off and use it as like a not only like a push box, but something that actually kind of cuts through in a mix. I think that's very usable. It can get really dark, so if you want it to be super smooth sounding, especially with the gain all the way up, you can definitely achieve that. So there's the sweep of the that tone control. I like it about right there. So if I go to maybe a little brighter, so maybe if I go to a neck position, single, if I go back to the humbucker, it barks, but it's not too bright, and it allows me, like right now, you know, obviously for demo purposes, I'm not going to turn down the tone on the bridge pickup of this guitar, but it allows me, if it's maybe a little too bright or whatever, then I can reach for the tone control. But yeah, that's about where I would like it. Okay, cool. So that is the LsL Instruments Lucid Overdrive. As always, I really appreciate you guys watching. Please, if you think about it, hit that subscribe button, stab the like thingy, all the stuff you're supposed to do so the television set knows. Anyways, thanks again so much, and I will see you on the next one.